Hello everybody, it's your friend Death Ray. Recently, Scott Adams posted a video where he used a whiteboard to lay out all the reasons why Donald Trump's opponents should recognize that they are trapped in a cognitive death spiral, an echo chamber of their own making where everything that they find odd about Trump is amplified until they simply are incapable of believing anything good about the president. Scott is the country's most famous Trump apologist who is not currently working for the White House, and of course he has a right to his opinions. But there comes a point in the video where Scott defends Trump while ignoring Occam's razor, which is the principle that, all things being equal, a simpler explanation is preferable to a more complex one. In his presentation, Scott goes through a list of incidents that Trump opponents have used to justify their claim that the president is non compos mentis. He lists two well-known examples: Trump slurring his speech during an address about moving the American embassy to Jerusalem, and another where Trump interrupts himself at a podium to drink water from a bottle in an odd manner. Referring to the water bottle incident, Scott does not claim to know why Trump drank from his water bottle in such an odd way, but he says that jumping to the conclusion that Trump was displaying some sort of feeble-mindedness is something only a person with Trump derangement syndrome would believe. He offers his own explanation of what could have been taking place, and here it is.
Right before he picked up the water bottle, he was looking for the water and had commented that he doesn't seem to have any water. Then when it was presented to him or he found it, I think, this is just my best guess, that he was thinking about doing a gag. You know, he sometimes does water bottle gags, he does physical humor. I think he picked it up with the thought of doing a callback to the moment before when he couldn't find it and acting like, oh, finally I found some water, or some other joke. And it looks like he bailed out on the joke because he really couldn't think of a good place to take it. So to me, it looks like he used two hands, was thinking about making a physical joke, just changed his mind, took a sip of water.
Yeah, sure.
Scott's theory, and he does say it is only a theory, is that Trump wanted to do something funny with the water bottle, but aborted the gag at the last moment. This explanation is not only convoluted, but it is entirely subverted when, moments later, Trump drinks from the water bottle in the same odd manner. Now, it just may be that Scott did not examine the video closely, or missed seeing Trump's second weird sip, but it seems just as likely that in trying to apologize for Trump, Scott missed something that would advance his own argument that Trump's enemies only see the worst in him, but not in the way that Scott wanted. First, let's take a look at that other video of Trump slurring his speech.
It is time for all civilized nations and people to respond to disagreement with reasoned debate. Let us rethink old assumptions and open our hearts and minds to possible and possibilities. God bless you, God bless Israel, God bless the Palestinians, and God bless the United States. Thank you very much.
While some have suggested that Trump might be showing signs of a microstroke, take a look at Trump's mouth, especially as he concludes the speech. He seems to be wrestling with his teeth, and many have speculated that Trump is wearing dentures that were coming loose. Now watch the video where he drinks the water.
Japanese companies have announced investments in the United States worth more than $8 billion, 17,000 jobs. Thank you. They don't have water, that's okay.
The president's speech begins to take on that slurred sound again just before he ducks down to look for the bottle. Let's see it again.
Japanese companies have announced investments in the United States worth more than $8 billion, 17,000 jobs. Thank you.
Then, when the president drinks the water, he clearly adjusts his mouth just before taking a sip. If we assume that something is happening with the president's teeth, then the way he holds his water bottle at that moment, which he repeats later, could be the president being self-conscious about the fact that drinking from the bottle could cause a repeat of the problem with his teeth. He may not have actually wanted the water at all. He might have been ducking behind the podium for a moment to adjust his teeth. This is by no means an indictment of Trump's mental state, just his dental state. The real question is, Why is that so hard for Scott Adams to see? We can't be certain that Trump's dentures are slipping, but you really have to stretch to believe even for a moment that this was prop comedy gone wrong. It may be of no importance to Scott either way. But then again, maybe while Scott Adams is telling Trump's enemies that in their minds Trump can do no right, the fact is that in Scott's mind, Trump can do no wrong.
Holy cow!